Hello, I am Nostradamus, and this is Phone Age News. A very warm welcome to my channel. This first broadcast is just going to be a taster as to what to expect in future shows, where I will be going into more detail and sharing my personal thoughts on the state of this planet, as well as some little known crazy facts of nature and a few of my own mad theories on the universe. I'd like to begin by showing you a picture. This is an infrared picture of a toilet seat shortly after the bathroom being vacated. Isn't science amazing? Plus, it looks exactly like a painting I did back in 1555. Now, from the achievements of science to one of its failures. The doomed Bereshit lander. I'm kinda glad it crashed, because now, for at least the time being, the moon men can't read the 30 million page instruction manual on how to destroy a planet. Let's take a look at planet Earth today. Let's go over to CAMS. This is looking at the latest atmospheric methane concentrations. As some of you may be aware, I'm involved in a collaboration with my very good friend Margot, doing a detailed study of current levels. This graph, this shows the seasonal variability of methane in the air, showing fluctuations over time. Normally it decreases at this time of year before rising again around midsummer, and you can see each summer it goes up and then it goes down, and then the next summer it goes up, and then during winter and spring it comes down and up and down, etc. However, my recent observations are showing an average increase of about 2 parts per billion per week, contrary to the natural cycle. Is the bomb about to go off? Now, let's take a look at ozone. This is showing ozone concentrations back in 1996, when the Earth was still fairly healthy, apart from the Antarctic hole, that is. Now, today, go back and look at today, or a few days ago, we have all this bad ozone on the Arctic and all the adverse effects on health that comes along with it. Ozone is also an invisible potent greenhouse gas. I just wonder that if these gases were not so invisible, and when we looked up at the sky, it looked like the pictures I've just shown you, then maybe, just maybe, there would have been a bit more sense of urgency about trying to avoid the abrupt climate change that we are now facing. Most of you will be familiar with the phrase, "what happens in the Arctic doesn't stay in the Arctic," which I think is attributable to the great Peter Wadhams, although it has been stolen by many others. I myself have always said, when the ice is gone, we are gone. And by God, it's going fast. It's all going to go this year. Now let's take a quick peek at current conditions on Climate Reanalyzer. My attention is immediately drawn to the high temperatures in India at the moment. Just a little more heat and some added humidity could send 1 billion people into heat stress due to the wet bulb effect. A perfect storm is brewing in that region. What with the tensions with neighbouring Pakistan and the beginnings of mass migrations as more places become uninhabitable, where are all these poor souls going to flee to? Let's have a quick look at the jet stream. Oh, it's fucked. Well, I'm over here in the UK, but I'm going to go over to the good old US of A. I've brought up where you're experiencing yet another once-in-a-lifetime storm. I've got up here the GFS forecast for accumulated precipitation for the next 2 weeks. So let's just have a look how much more rain you're going to expect on already flooded ground. While that's running, I'm just going to mention what's been going on the last few weeks with the weather worldwide. Last week of March, there's violent flash floods in Iran. I'm sure you've all seen these pictures. And the next day, the bridge got washed away in New Zealand with the torrents. At the same time, Veronica dumped more than a year's worth of rain in less than 12 hours. Rainfall records set in New Zealand. Hailstorm destroyed 4 million avocados in 10 minutes in Australia. The little island in the Pacific, Rodriguez, totally obliterated. No power, roads wiped out with tropical cyclone. 10 million people in Afghanistan affected with severe acute food insecurity after floods and droughts. Dust devil kills 2 children in China. Heavy rain and deadly floods in Peru, 3rd of April. Severe storms, tornadoes in Iraq. Damage to agriculture and roads in Iran. And Europe, Crete and Greece, major floods. Baseball sides, hailstones in Texas. Last few days, severe flash floods. At least 7 dead, probably a lot more in Ghana. Just every day there's freak weather. It's just gone chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. And this is just the beginning. I think the summer of storms is almost upon us. Not just meteorological storms, but political and economic storms as well. It's going to hit us big time all at once. Anyway, what I'm getting at is food and water are going to be in very short supply no matter where you live. Indigenous people will fare much better than us in technological civilization. Indeed, the meek may very well inherit the earth, at least what is left of it after all the nukes have been let off. Earthquakes and volcanoes. Let me just take a sip of my lager. That's better. I had a vision 2 nights ago of an 8.8 magnitude earthquake in the Banda Sea. It's sure been rocking here today. Not quite on that scale. Zoom in, let's see if anything's happened while I've been jabbering on. Oh, 5 in the Banda Sea. Norway. Let's turn off volcanoes. Zoom in. How mad is that? I think that's it there. Yeah, just happened. Well, there's been loads going off here. And they're all 5 and above in the last 12 hours or so. Regarding volcanoes, I have Stromboli off the Italian coast as a place of interest to watch, along with Lombok. Stromboli's been erupting now, off and on, for several months, and its flank will one day collapse, resulting in a catastrophic Mediterranean tsunami. I think will happen sooner rather than later. And I've lost one of my pages of notes. Really organised today. I've already done this once and then it didn't save, and now I'm having to do it again. Oh, there it is. Bear with. Right, you might find this interesting. You might not. Go. Watch this. Choom. That's a video capture of a UFO I caught on the Stromboli Live webcam a couple of weeks ago. Watch it again and listen as it whooshes past. Here it comes. Don't blink. Where's it gone? Whoa, what the fuck was that? I believe Lombok is the ultimate negative feedback mechanism which the Earth could utilise to try and restore the balance of the climate. It's widely accepted that the eruption in 1257 caused widespread famines in Europe and maybe triggered what was known as the Mini Ice Age. That makes me fucking mad. Hey ho, on to the next item. Another thing that pisses me right off is the culling of our town centre trees. We are told that perfectly healthy trees are sick or dangerous, so they can cut them down to make way for 5G networks. I don't think the leaves interfere with the signals at all. I believe they don't want us to see evidence of the damage the radiation causes to multicellular life. On that happy note, I'm going to have to say goodbye until next time. I hope you enjoyed it and come back for the next one. I have so much more I want to share with you. Please feel free to leave a comment and maybe suggest future subject matter for me to go into in rather more depth. I'm going to leave a link beneath each presentation I do of one of my favourite tunes for your listening pleasure. May the best Make the best of the time you have left. Much love to everyone, and thank you.